To Rowan Locker Room Talk. I'm your host, Connor Langdon, and today we're getting the inside scoop on Rowan Athletics and club sports. Today you'll be hearing from our voices in our sporting community, as well as our student body. Rowan University is continuing to grow, however, attendance at sporting events is not. I think it's time we find out why from some established people in the sports community. Now we're here with Interim Director of Athletics, John Giannini, to give us more insight on Rowan Athletics. Dr. Giannini, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Thanks
Great
for
to be
having
here. Thanks, Connor.
All right. Now, just to get into the thick of it, as a former coach and as the athletic director here at Rowan University, you see a lot of things behind the scenes and what's going on. What makes you think Rowan's athletics program is so great?
Wow. Well, we've won the NJAC Cup 3 of the last 4 years, which goes to the team that gets the best standings across all sports in the NJAC. So it's pretty clear objectively, not my opinion, we're the best Division III program in New Jersey.
Right.
So that's a pretty good starting point. I'm sporting my soccer gear in honor of our producer Jade, as well as our soccer team that's in the Sweet 16 right now. We have one of our runners are competing in the NCAA Cyril in the NCAA cross-country national meet. So our sports are nationally ranked. We're the best Division III program in New Jersey 3 out of the last 4 years. So I think we're pretty good, Connor.
Yeah, there's a lot of investment that goes into the Rowan. Like you said, all these teams are winning, and I think that's the most important part of a Rowan athletic team. And Rowan also has a student body of over 20,000 students, but schools with similar numbers tend to have better numbers coming to those games. And obviously, we're doing the part we're winning as a school. But what makes you think we could reignite the Rowan pride here, Rowan?
Well, I think there's a lot of things about what you just said. And first, if you look at other schools, our attendance is actually pretty good. I was at LaSalle in the Atlantic 10 for 14 years, at University of Maine in the America East for 8 before that. And what I can tell you is our attendance, especially at things like soccer and field hockey, is higher than at a lot of Division I schools. Now, football and basketball at the Division I schools are where you see the bigger crowds. But even going to our football and basketball, our opener was sold out in football, fireworks, the whole 9 yards. Our opener in men's basketball last week was sold out at SB Gym. So you're not going to have as big a crowds in football and basketball as the Division I schools. But in the other sports, I think our attendance is pretty good, but we can do better. You're absolutely right with the enrollment we have and with how good our teams are. So I started, this is my first semester. Next year, we really want to dig deep into promoting our contest and trying to sell out every game. That'll be contests and making students aware and reaching out to other student groups and supporting other student groups. It's always a two-way street. We'd love to support you. Can you support us? So I don't think I coached at Rowan from 89 to 96, and we really didn't do anything to promote the games. We need to start doing that.
I agree. And that also extends to recruiting, getting students here. What do you think for student athletes looking to come to Rowan, what they can look forward to within the program?
Well, I think you better choose a school that you love in addition to a sport and a team you love, because we were talking earlier, you got hurt in high school, you hurt your neck.
I did.
And so if you can't play, you still got to like the school. So of course we have this great academics. We have this amazing area and campus and Rowan Boulevard and 1,000 things to do. The social life at this campus, quite frankly, is better than most, Division I, II, or III, as well as the academics. So we have that. In terms of the athletic department, I think the most important thing is your coach. We have great coaches. I think you want someone that can develop you not only as an athlete, but as a person. And we have veteran coaches, and they've had great teams, and they've mentored people, and their alumni are loyal to them. So I'd say come here for the school and for the coaches and the good teams. We, as you said earlier, we tend to win, and winning's always more fun than not winning.
You're certainly right about that. Well, Dr. Giannini, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure talking to you. And here's to Rowan doing well.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Connor.
So we'll be back right after these messages.
Pedestrian safety is of great importance on the campus of Rowan University. The Department of Public Safety would like to remind viewers how to safely cross the street. First, press one of these safety buttons to activate crosswalk lights to let drivers know a pedestrian will be crossing. Next, look both ways, then slowly step onto the road, watching to make sure drivers come to a complete stop. For further questions about pedestrian safety on the campus of Rowan University, call 856-256-4922.
Did you know cigarettes contain more than 7,000 chemicals, 70 of which have been known to lead to cancer?
My grandma's been smoking for over 50 years. She's fine.
450 people have been affected by vaping, and there have been 17 deaths.
At least it's not cigarettes.
Vaping contains harmful metal particles such as nickel, tin, and aluminum. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention has labeled vaping as an epidemic. With what we know about cigarettes, why risk it with e-cigarettes?
All right, welcome back to Rowan Locker Room Talk. Now joining us, we have Rowan Hockey members Kyle Rink and Jared Krasner to give us a little bit of insight as to what Rowan athletes have to say about their school. Kyle, Jared, nice to meet you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Now, unknown to most Rowan sports fans, the club team actually has Division III and a Division II team. And you guys are a member of the Division II team, am I correct? All right. So how do you think that impacts people's knowledge and like what's going on around the sport, around hockey here at Rowan?
Well, I think a lot of people don't even know we have two teams. Because I know they just have one team. You know, being a club team, you don't get a whole lot of recognition.
Yeah.
But I know the big thing, especially this year, because we have a new coaching staff, is like promoting that. Attendance for both the games for Division II and Division III. But I feel like it's definitely growing. We're seeing a lot more attendance at the games, which is nice.
Yeah, Dr. Giannini was talking about the attendance at the games. Do you guys feel like you have like a good support system around the team?
Yeah, I think in terms of attendance, I think we can definitely start promoting ourselves a little more, trying to branch out to different groups on campus. But as far as our coaches in social media, they're on fire right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're on top of every event, every game, and they let everybody know who goes near our Instagram that when we practice, when we play, and it's pretty cool.
Now, as a club team, do you guys feel like you're being supported as much as, say, a varsity team would be?
I think so. We definitely get great support, especially from RTN, because they come on the road with us for away games, which is they always find ways to set up their cameras and figure everything out. I think one game, I think it was Maryland, it wasn't the best rink, but they found a way up on top of one of the locker rooms and set everything up there. So I think it's cool how they can always figure it out.
Now, I know this is a little bit of an oddball question, but do you think that Rowan Hockey could make the jump to a varsity sport? Do you think that Rowan could support a team like that?
I definitely think they could. And especially advertising that would definitely draw in a lot more. But I think especially, being 13-0 this season, we definitely stand a very good chance at.
And I know you said that the attendance is obviously pretty good already, but you think that would help attendance, correct? Jumping up to a division or being a varsity team, yeah, that would be great. Like you kind of mentioned it a little bit about the social media team. What type of efforts does the club hockey team go to getting the word out about the game?
So a lot of it has to do with how I'd say how cheap social media is nowadays. I mean, you can just open up an app on your phone and post whatever you'd like, and I think our coach, Dan Monte, he's done a great job with posting our game times, where they're at, how you can watch them if we're not at home. And, I mean, overall, even our highlights are on there. So, overall, he's been great so far this season, as it is his first season as head coach.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on the show, Jared, Kyle. It's great to have you guys here, get the word out about the team. So thanks for being here, and thanks for talking to me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. We'll be right back after this.
At Rowan University, a good parking spot can seem like a mythical fairy tale. However, with the right knowledge and preparation, difficulty finding a spot can be a thing of the past. Getting to school early leaves plenty of spots and gives you the time to do things like go to the gym or hit up the library to study. If you don't want to get up early, knowing which lots are busiest is key to finding a good spot. Some sneaky spots to check are Lot F or Lot Y. With any questions regarding parking, don't forget to call 856-256-4575.
Lonely are the nights, lonely are the days. Lonely I am in so many ways. Lonely are the seasons, lonely are the years. So lonely I am that it brings me to tears. Lonely is this place, lonely is my life.
Sports Locker Talk. Joining us, we have two students here to speak about their experience going to games as Rowan fanatics, Derek and Sean. Great to have you guys on the show.
Great
Thank
to
you
have
guys
you
so
here,
much for
Connor.
joining us.
Thank you.
All right, now Sean, the only person that would make me look bad in a suit.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's been going on, man? What's your opinion on the lower attendance here at
Yeah,
Rowan
we're
University?
at all the games. Usually we're going in, we're helping broadcast the games there. I see the fans in the stands, and it is low. And honestly, even though the sports teams are great, and we do have a lot of pride here, I think a lot of it contributes to the enrollment here. We have a ton of commuter students. We have over 6,000 commuter students on a 16,000 at-resident overall student body. So only 10,000 of those are residents and 6,000 are commuters. So I think people want to go home on the weekends, and they have jobs and they have lives, and they don't have that vibe of let's say, a Penn State or an Alabama, to where everybody's there, everybody's committed, no matter where you are. And I think Rowan's that kind of school where people are coming. There is 10 towns within a 10-mile radius of Rowan, and I think the commuter problem is the biggest thing. The people aren't going to come up. They're not as connected to their school. They're so close to home, where they have so much of their lives to do. I think that's a huge contributing reason that people overlook sometimes, is the commuter basis.
Now, when you put it like that, it seems to be like we have the problem laid out for us. So what possibly could we do as students to try to get everybody to come to these games?
I think Dr. John at the start of the show made a good point that it's not really advertised around campus. So whether or not there's a student coalition that wants to go around putting up posters saying, go see this game. There is the Rowan Athletics social media, but outside of that, there's not a lot of anything around the campus saying, come watch our sports. Because these are really good teams, but nobody really knows about them. There's sometimes people aren't even sure there's a women's lacrosse team on this campus, which is really interesting.
I think that's also a good point that you bring up, because like we talked about with the hockey team, there's a disparity between the club teams and a varsity team. So do you think like adding more teams would be beneficial for Rowan University's athletic program?
I don't think it's adding more. I think it's more just advertising what you have.
Okay.
Because with the club sports and with the NCAA sports, you already have a wide range of stuff to go to and support. And it's not like it's a difference in talent levels either. They're all athletes who are here at the school to play that sport.
That's a great point as well. You bring up like Alabama and all these other big
that's a huge
primetime schools. That's like they get a lot of great athletic, athletes
they get a lot
that come.
of pride.
Right. So can you speak a little bit more on like the type of talent level that we get here at Rowan?
I think we get a lot of talent level. I just think that we have it. I think for a D3 school, we do have it. You see players on all these teams, and they're fantastic. I think they just need that push. I think that rolls in with, hey, let's not do just a post about, oh, hey, he did this last week. We need to start promoting the next game now. And I think that is just reaching people that aren't on Rowan Athletics. You have to be able to, all around campus, you walk into every dorm, you walk into every athletic building or every academic building, and you see Rowan football, you see Rowan lacrosse, you see Rowan ice hockey, you see that stuff all around. Because I think the talent is there, and I think we do fantastic. You just look at our stats, you go on the website, but I think it's taking that talent and making people realize how good that talent is the real key to success here.
I agree. Well, Sean, Derek, thank you guys so much for coming on the show and talking to me. This stuff is great. It's great to get all this knowledge out to the public.
Connor, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you guys so much. So that's all we have today on Rowan Locker Room Talk. I'm your host, Connor Langdon. And for all of us in the studio, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.